some of you may have heard the very sad news about the passing of my dear wife.
About a month ago, I felt something in my breast, went to the hospital and got checked.
I think there's a lot of misinformation out there that when a man sucks your breast, it reduces the risk of you getting breast cancer. It is completely false.
So opese Crime Check Foundation yen dwumadi a yedi abrene abrenyina koyen YouTube channel Crime Check TV GH. Subscribe mame.
Se wo subscribe via mi adoma ne so se na video bi a de betu obi a obehu medamase.
Minuanom mati asem dey enne se ope asase ana edan ato a mansun biara eni ho a eno ane ejare real estate na sa ejare real estate won wo kasoa ofanko baabi a aban akosi senior high school ni high court fefefe no wo firi ho pe na ura ejare real estate sai tie ani jesemiye anwea ene ebo a wo de besi dan no ebi wo ejare real estate fo na de san ma eye ahomeka ene se wo to asase na ejare real estate wo betwa so fe edi amaw edi odin aye pillars edi ese ho land guard asemo de eno de emamu kura na san tie ani jesema san wo ho bi me ensu a wo de besi wo dan no eye free na document asemo de eye tatahwe wo to wasase anase wo dan a na yede ahye wonsa eti kan ho na frɛ ejare real estate na ansa anyawo.
You are here for the Mina Breast Cancer Foundation. Baby ABPA St. Mary's Senior High School, our Kolibu Accra, a higher girls secondary school. Now you need to acquire breast cancer. Ha se eba one brepi ni do a man swing bino a mano and I tell who say omo ebrepa. Na last week near Porton Senior High School Central Region. Na how you could do me and who said and quadamian some breast lumps ewo omonufum. And ye ne kopi ha bi say ho say anka won be den eho afi nsama ye de to aye students nanim ewo ho no na sa afi no mo tene for the first time do no matter breast cancer but aye message anka say de ma won kwan ayare no efa so edi ewu no na say omo tene foforo mo ene ya be P St Mary's Senior High School ye de sa dwumadie no aba bedu ha say ye ba be kire mo ekwan on be fa so abo ho ban free breast cancer ekwan on be fa so say de ba yare we no NC womo entwomo enko asamado eno na Mina Breast Cancer Foundation yabepi eseyebe yinina yinuma ekwan ya ameye amina opon kwaten efa so free mu na ade a meda na koma so pa ne se obebo breast cancer ho dewo se ne ho etono a enso no wayinyame dia enne na sa ne da yeso no esese mitime etoa so ba no enti yebodo wonye school so nko yeko emia bebre ewo Ghana hase enti ebehre se mu nyina mo meboan na sa adwumadie we no yentime muwa enipa bebre na yare yi anche wo mo eda mu nyina ase mon kan ho na yenko hye adwumadie no ase eda mase.
The disease is not a respecter of persons. It's not restricted to age. 14, 13, 15-year-olds are getting the disease. And then if you get it, and then you don't visit the hospital, by the time you realize you are gone. Just in the case of my wife, she was fit, she was strong, and then all of a sudden, within a twinkle of an eye, within 7, 8 months, gone. That is how it is. So you should not be deluded into thinking that, oh, as for breast cancer, is a disease for older people. That is incorrect. So that is why the Mina Breast Cancer Foundation wants to break that stigma, especially the knowledge that breast cancer education should be restricted to October. So October has been designated worldwide as a month for breast cancer education, but we at MENA Breast Cancer Foundation think that it is unreasonable because breast cancer affects us every single day. It may be hidden within. How would you know? So why, assuming we do the education every October, and then you had the lump in January, for instance, or you had a lump in September, meaning you have to wait for 1 year before the alarm bells ring before you go to hospital. By every time within that year, it may have caused a lot of harm. So I'm sure all of you will be very happy. We're going to also educate you. We have a team that is briefly going to educate you on breast cancer. And as we speak, we are told that some of your teachers are being screened for, the disease is important. So I wouldn't talk much because there will be a team here that will be talking at length about it. So thank you very much.
So after this session, we will open the floor for questions. Okay, so when you say anything and you think you don't understand or you need clarification, please keep your question after the presentation. We will open the floor for you to ask your questions. Thank you.
Good afternoon. How are you doing? Good. So, as it has already been indicated, we are here purposely to discuss about breast cancer. I hope you've all heard about breast cancer before, isn't it? Good. So we want to learn something about breast cancer briefly, and then after that we'll proceed with questions, if any. Is that okay? All right. So before we even get to know what breast cancer is, we know from our basic biology and anatomy that the body is made up of cells, isn't it? Okay. So these cells are the building block of the body, and there are billions of cells in our body also. Okay, so this a single cell can decide to misbehave or can decide to multiply abnormally. The normal cells, they divide and then they die at a stage, isn't it? The new one comes. But when it comes to cancer cell, these cells do not die and they multiply itself, many. Okay, one single cell can divide so much and they are very strong. They don't die. They can travel to other parts of the body to cause harm. Basically, that's what cancer is. And the name is given at where it's formed. So it is formed in your breast. It's called breast cancer. In the lungs, in the bone. Exactly. So where it's formed gives it name. Is that okay? Now, are we here? Okay. So now we want to discuss breast cancer. Now, the breast itself is made up of three key things. There is fatty tissue, there is lobes, and there is. So when you divide the cell into two, or the breast into two, and you look at it, you see the yellowish portion. It's called the fatty tissue. You see some lobes. Lobes are just like circles in there. This is where the milk is manufactured, okay? And then the duct is a channel through which the milk passes for the baby to suck. Now, these lobes and ducts are where the cancer develops. So when cancer grows in the lobes, it's called lobular cancer. When the cancer forms in the duct, it's called ductal cancer. Are you okay? Now, these two places forms about 90% of cancer incidents. 90%. The other 10% are the PJ disease, where it forms on the nipple, okay, and the rest. But we'll be basing our discussion on the lobular and then the ductal cancer. Are you okay? All right. Now let's look at some manifestations of breast cancer. How do I know that I have breast cancer, or what are the signs to indicate that, in fact, my breast is becoming abnormal? Okay. Now, one, we want to look at the nipple. You see, the nipple is projected, isn't it? Okay. So if you are not born with it and you see the nipple being put in, okay, it means that it calls for concern. Some are born with it. Okay, you see that their nipple is just put in like that. If you are born with it, that's okay. But if it was not like that and you realize that the nipple is being put in, please, it calls for concern because the cancer can just pull the nipple just like that. Are you okay? Okay. You see, hello, good. When you look at the skin of the breast, okay, it's smooth. Okay, at times too, the cancer can make the skin look like the peel of an orange. You've seen the orange, how the peel looks like. You see there are some holes on it. Good. The cancer can also cause the breast to look like that of an orange peel. When you see that, please report to hospital. There can also be a lump in our breast and we can feel it. Okay, if you feel anything like that, don't panic, because there are two types of lumps that we can find in our breast. There is one that is not dangerous, it does not spread, it can just be there for years and nothing happens. It's called the benign type. And the real also the malignant type. For that one, it spreads. Okay, it can get to other parts of the body and it can kill easily. Now let's look at some predisposing factor or risk factors. Now, what really causes this cell to misbehave? Science do not know. In actual fact, what causes the cancer? Science do not know. We are still investigating. The fact that you are a woman, you are at risk. With breast cancer, it's not respect of whether you have money or not, whether you are a pastor or not. Okay, the fact that you are a woman, you are at risk. Is it our fault to be women? No. So this one we can't do anything about it. So I will end here. I hope you have learned something new. Yes. Good. Early detection is what? Early detection. Exactly. So when you go home, please talk to your parents, talk to your aunties that this is what you have learned. That if they see anything at all, let them come to hospital very early, because early detection is. Thank you.
Europe, UK, Canada, and America. Ujinjin kwa obefa so many sika ama wadofo ewo Ghana na. Enye wo how to reach tap send abamao. Se wodi fa mobile money ana bank we die commission bianda so. Phone na ko Play Store ana se App Store na download the tap send app no. Promo code ni crime check. Tie code ni biom crime check. Enichia sema esan wo mne say we download the app no na wo Europa you more 5 euros. Se wo UK you more £5. Na se wo America ana Canada you more $10. Ni na ye free. Umpe we na open. Tap send. Papa no.
That if you don't have cancer in your breast, or when you have cancer, let's say somewhere in your liver, is it possible that it could spread into your breast? And then my second question is that, is a border around your breast a factor to breast cancer?
So you see, she mentioned that it was unusual, okay, which means that it's not normal. It's not like she's not known to that. Something new is developing, and that is good that she has come out to say this. It does not mean that she has developed cancer. No. I told you that you can't just sit and say I have cancer. No, not at all, please. Is that okay? Okay, so it's just she has to just come to the hospital and then we'll just give her something and it will go. Is that okay? All right. Now with the second question too. Good. So she was saying that if she has, let's say, cancer of the liver, can it also affect the breast? You see, the point here is that when you develop breast cancer and it spreads to your liver, you don't have liver cancer, it's still the breast cancer. Okay? When you look at breast cancer in a microscope and you look at liver cancer in a microscope, there are two different cells altogether. So the one that will spread from the breast to the liver is still breast cancer. It just spread from the breast to the liver, the same cell. Is that okay? And then when you have a boil on your breast, okay, don't just treat it at home. Just come to hospital. With that, we can solve it. But if you treat it at home, it may come back. Is that okay?
Okay, so my question is, as you mentioned, eating can also cause breast cancer. So I'd like to find out what foods what are some of the foods we eat that cause breast cancer? Thank you.
So I mentioned that we have to eat well, isn't it? In fact, they say garbage in, good. So what you put in is the result that will give you. So the point here is that, you know, our green vegetables, okay, the contumely and the red, they are very good that we need to eat. Let's reduce the white man's food. And you know them. Mention one. Okay, thank you. So we know them. Good. You see, God in his own wisdom gave us our food. So let's eat our food. Let's reduce the sugary intake. Okay? Let's reduce salt. Let's reduce fatty food too. Is that okay? There's no single food that can cause breast cancer. No, that's not what we are saying. What we are saying that we need to eat healthy, and we know the healthy food. Okay, thank you.
Please, about a month ago, I felt something in my breast, went to the hospital and got checked, but the doctor said there's nothing there. But I'm asking, what if I feel something like that again? What can be the cause?
You see, as young as we are, our breast is tender. Is that okay? Compared to a 40-year-old woman, you know, as the someone they are as they used to say, are you okay? Good. So at times we think that there are lumps in our breast because of the way they feel. But it's because you are young and the breast is not developing, you feel that hard kind of thing. You may think it's a lump, but an expert will, you know, examine you and say that it's nothing.
So I have two questions. The first one is, you said we can check it ourselves at home, right, for the labs and stuff. So I check myself. But the thing is, when I'm checking, it's like, I don't know what to call it, the mammary gland. I don't know, it shifts, so I don't know where the lump is, if it's left. So basically, I can't find the lump. The second question is, I really feel the brain cells in there and the tube in there create a lot of heat like every day because they out wearing stuff clothing like yeah. So yeah. That's all.
I'm not saying that we have a lump in our breast already. No, that's not what we are saying. You see, the lump is said that immediately it comes in your breast, you will feel it. For instance, if you are to put granite, you see at the size of the granite, if you are to insert granite in your breast, when you touch the breast, you will feel it. Okay? So the lump is obvious. It's obvious that you will feel it. You will feel that no, there's something in my breast. Okay? The glands are different. The glands are normal things. Because with the breast, there are some glands, there are some vessels in there that will fill them. Okay, so if you are not feeling any unusual thing in your breast, that is okay. And then the other one, the breast is good. So you see, as I said, there are vessels supplying the breast with nutrients. And the vessels are connected all over our body. If you put on the brazier, you shouldn't touch it too much. Okay? If you touch it too much, at times you remove it and you see back pain. You feel back pain, isn't it? Yes, because it's too tight. And we wear it most part of the day. Okay? So we shouldn't tighten it too much. Again, we are to wear the cotton braziers. Okay, yes, the other ones that they call second hand or the foods, it produces a lot of heat.
I wanted to ask, in your presentation, you made mention that we shouldn't check feelings in our breast during the menstrual period and when the time is close by. I wanted to ask about that question.
Okay, that's also another good question. You see, when you are menstruating, there are a lot of hormonal activities that goes on there. Okay, you realize that when you are menstruating, you feel, your breast becomes very tensed and a bit bigger.
With the sucking of the breast, before we came to school,
Like it was everywhere on social media that if you allow someone to suck me, I'm not doing what I'm saying. Like if you allow someone to suck your breast, then you will not get breast cancer. So now she asked me, but now it's also coming to ask that, is it that sucking it removes the cancer from the breast or what? And then
at your interest in sucking. I'm surprised. I think the point, so let's get this clear. The point has been overemphasized. I think there's a lot of misinformation out there that, I don't know where this information usually comes from, that when a man sucks your breast, it reduces the risk of you getting breast cancer. It is completely false. You are students, you are being educated. So please, get it once and for all, because I think that some of these weird notions may lead some of you, into getting into, certain things that may not to your benefit. So please, that is not correct. So if we get that once and for all, then we don't need to open that debate again. It is a no. So if you agree with me, then there is no need for us to continue asking questions on whether it is true that when a man sucks your breast. Please, it is no. I'm sure you agree with me now. Thank you very much.
You are here for Nyame Adom, aha na yedi dwumadie no abesi na ohwe ye chia. Ye students a omudi lie mu, omu nyina akoye breast screening no. Eya homeka keke. It means education edema omo no, omagye atom. Ye be shase ne pi hu breast cancer ne say wo chi. Then say the Mina Breast Cancer Foundation environment. Enne nkwada na gye atom say nufuo no eya ade a kane no na ye ka na gye to sebe. Nenso enne esan breast cancer eye ewu a edi enipa bebre, especially manti no omo de enije na akwa won nurses for ehwe wo mo. Enti de be kan ne say wutie be bia wo bia won so kɔ na kɔ check wo de. Adwuma ye no adwuma esuye ye kɔ mea bebre. Ye kɔ secondary schools, ye kɔ sorry, ye kɔ nkurase, ye kɔ krom, ye kɔ lots of communities ewo Ghana ha. Na we adwuma ye nko aye ntimi nye. Eka wakoma na opese obe support Mina Breast Cancer Foundation. Said be ya, e betima to petrol. Na yetimi akɔ nkurase, yetimi akɔ baby bebre. Na yakoye breast screening and education ma empopoti. Beboayen na yentimi emfa dwumadie enko Ghana fa na nyina. Yedamase.